Hello everybody. I thought I'd do a quick video on size of beta tanks. When is small too small? This one is aquaculture. It's a half gallon. And in my opinion, it's good for the small size betas, the young ones or the females. Other than that, something a bit bigger would probably be better. But so I did some research before I did this video, and in the wild, in point of fact, they live in very overgrown and weed-filled, shallow estuaries, and so they are actually quite used to being in small places because they stay very near their bubble nest. This one is almost a gallon. It is the 1 to 3 beta tank kit with blue and white color lights. Personally, I think that the lights, this is the blue, and if your betas have any kind of a blue tinge to them, it sets them off beautifully. Other than that, it just turns your fish dark. And that's the white. It looks brighter in the picture because in actuality I have a white black background so I can see the fish. But in point of fact, I think that they have the light in the wrong spot. If they were to put it in the front, as you can see, you would get a much better view of the fish. So what I do is I just turn the cover around. Oh well. It also comes with this underground filter, and I believe the concept is cool, but I tried using it and the fish don't like the noise. Not so much the current, it's the noise. Because it does in fact sit above the level of the water and it bubbles and trickles. It makes kind of a lot of noise for them. So what I'm going to probably do is I'm going to try and take this off and cut this down shorter. Replace this and then put it back in and see how they like that. If they don't, I'm just going to take out the whole filter altogether. And this here is the LED half moon made by Tetra. And I believe that this is just over a gallon. I do like the size. The lights are nice, but again, it's too far back in the tank, I personally think. And you can also put these lights underneath, and you can power them with a cable, or you can put in AA batteries. Not bad. So I believe that it's not so much the size of the container. I mean, there is, a size that is too small, but in point of fact, I have 10 betas, and some like larger tanks and some don't. Like this guy here was in a small container, a half gallon size, and I put him into one of those, and he did not like it. All he did was sit in the corner and didn't come up to eat or anything. So I figured he was sick, so I decided to take him out and get a closer look. And I put him in this container, which is a snack container that can probably hold maybe a gallon and a half. and I go about 3/4 of the way with the water. But so I put him in, and I left the bathroom, and when I came back in, about 5 minutes later, and he was swimming around just like this, like nothing ever happened. So in point of fact, I think that as far as being inhumane in size, that's probably more of a human convention. I'd welcome any kind of comments anybody would have, and if you can, please leave a reason why you feel that way. I think it's more so the condition of the water that they are living in that is a lot more important. Because like I said, point in fact, some don't like the bigger size tanks, like this guy. And this guy is my crown-tail beta, quite young, nowhere near the size of the others I have. And I, point in fact, bought him, and a day and a half later, found him on the brink of death, and I nursed him overnight. His symptoms were his tail, or should I say the spine between the dorsal and tail fin, was like crooked or bent up in a maybe 30-35 degree angle. His gills were flared out, and he was lying on his side, and all the tips of his fins looked like they had the beginnings of fin rot. So I nursed him overnight. Every few hours, I'd take him out of medicated water and put him into fresh water, back into different medicated water, fresh, and back into fresh water, no medication, for hours, overnight. And a day and a half later, he started eating, and the day after that, I went into the bathroom to check him out, and his tail had pretty much straightened out. His fin rot was gone. However, his gills still extend outward, and I don't know if that was the result of the illness or if he had, in fact, maybe gill flukes or something of some sort. But other than that, he's fine. Now this guy was given to me, and when he was brought home, he in fact was in such poor condition that he could barely swim up to the surface to eat. And he looked so weak, and my friend that gave him to me, I guess, did not either see his condition when he bought him, or it could be that he looked fine at the store. Anyway, it was from Walmart in one of those little itty-bitty cups that are like way too inhumane to even keep in a temporary basis, let alone days on end on a shelf. So I considered trimming his tail and other fins to to take off the weight so that he could in fact swim to the surface, because he could barely swim up to the surface, because I know he wanted to eat. So instead of trimming his fins, I left the water only 3 inches deep, and a week and a half later he got strong, and he is now the most show-offish and demonstrative beta I have. I kind of call him Mr. Diva Man, because when I turn on the lights, he is like, okay, lights, camera, action, and he just poses and poses. So if you have any comments, I'd like to have you post them, and I will respond. Thank you very much.